Well, do you remember those anxious days in middle school or maybe elementary school when it came time at recess to divide into two teams? There would always be two captains that would stand on one side of the class and slowly and methodically, at least that's what it seemed like to a fifth grader, they would begin picking their team one at a time. You remember those feelings deep in the pit of your stomach that you had at that moment, wondering if you were going to be the last one picked? Well, over the next few weeks, President Obama will begin picking many people to fill different seats in his administration. Can you imagine what it would be like if he were to call you and ask you to join him on his team in Washington, D.C.? Well, I shared yesterday how my wife Betsy received the gift of life when her birth mother gave her up for adoption. You see, my parents, they didn't get to choose me. There was no return policy when I was born to Lawrence and Margaret Wilson. But Betsy, on the other hand, she was chosen by Ed and Jesse Coverdale. They brought that precious little baby home, gave her the name Elizabeth Ann, and made her one of her own. Jesus tells us in John chapter 15 that we did not choose him, but he chose us. The one who spoke the world into existence and created all things looks at his creation and he picks you. Out of the millions that have come before you, he chose you to be in his family. When I was young, my family took a trip across the country and we saw the Grand Canyon, the Redwood Forest, and the majestic Rocky Mountains. Later in life, I've had the privilege to witness the beauty of Niagara Falls and a beautiful sunset sitting on a dock in Florida. I could go on, but Christ didn't lay down his life for those things. No, he laid down his life for you. Even before all of those things were created, he chose you. So knowing that he has chosen you, what's preventing you from running to him today? Remember in John chapter 15, Jesus also says that he wants to confide in you today. He wants to tell you everything that the Father has told him. So why don't you spend just a few minutes with him this morning, maybe when you get to work, ask him to speak to you. I promise you that he'll do it. And he'll offer you the forgiveness that only he can bring through his Son and our Savior, Jesus Christ.